Well, welcome to episode 27. We're doing our second misheard lyric of a Madonna song. Our first one we covered was way back in episode 7 with my gay husband, or Gaben Maynard, when we talked about the Like a Virgin instead of Touch for the First Time. The misheard was Touch for the 31st Time. We're going to be talking about Madonna's single La Isla Bonita, aka The Beautiful Island in Spanish. And the misheard lyric is last night I dreamt of some bagels. It really does sound like that way. And the correct lyric is last night I dreamt of San Pedro or San Pedro. And, for years it clearly sounded like she was singing about bagels. Who doesn't love a perfect bagel? I love a bagel, especially with a smear of cream cheese. Yum. And I wanted to delve into this because there was a lot of information on this song that I didn't know about other than thinking it was about bagels. So let's begin. It came from Madonna's third studio album, True Blue, in 1986. Again, this is the third studio album by Madonna, released back on June 30th, 1986 by Sire Records, and that's the record company that discovered her and gave her her first record deal. True Blue deals with her visions of love, work, dreams, as well as disappointments, and was inspired by her then husband, Sean Penn, actor Sean Penn, to whom Madonna dedicated the album to. Now, musically, the songs on the album took a different direction from her previous albums. She incorporated some classical music in order to engage maybe an older audience who have been skeptical about her music and her talent. It was written and produced by her and a gentleman by the name of Patrick Leonard, with additional songwriting by Bruce Getch. I think that's how you say it. And Sire Records released it as the album's final single back on February 25th, 1987. Now let's talk about one of the composers that worked with her, Patrick Leonard, or Patrick Ray Leonard. He was born back on May 14th, 1956, and he is an American songwriter, keyboardist, film composer, and music producer, and actually best known for his longtime collaboration with Madonna. That's why I wanted to talk about him. He actually worked on her albums, this album, True Blue, in 1986, Who's That Girl, that came with a movie as well, 1987, Like a Prayer in 1989, I'm Breathless, 1990, and Ray of Light, 1998. So Patrick Leonard is definitely a very long time collaborator with Madonna. And then he scored her 2008 documentary, which I haven't seen, called I Am Because We Are. And he played keyboards with her at Live Aid back in 1985 and was the musical director and keyboardist on her The Virgin Tour in 1985 and second on Who's That Girl World Tour in 1987. So very, very prolific songwriter, keyboardist, and then collaborator with Madonna. But there's a couple things. Did you know that when Patrick Leonard originally wrote La Isla Bonita, he wrote it for Michael Jackson, which I was shocked, for his Bad album. But apparently, Michael Jackson didn't like the title and turned it down. Now, there was a lot of info in the internet saying that what Michael Jackson got was just an instrumental version of the first of the song. So what Michael Jackson got was the instrumental version of the song when it was first offered to him. He again didn't want to move forward with it, and then when Madonna accepted it, took it. She wrote the lyrics and the melody, so all he heard was just the music part. La Isla Bonita is noted for being the first Madonna song to contain Latin influences, with arrangements of Cuban drums, which you see in the video, and Spanish guitar, maracas, harmonicas, and some mixture of synthesized and real drumming. And of course, the lyrics of the song tell about a beautiful island, which is what La Isla Bonita means. And according to Madonna, was a tribute to the beauty of the Latinos, which she loves, embraces, especially in her influences of her dance, her music, and then later having a child with Leon, I think, dancer of that descent with her beautiful daughter. And so she definitely loves this genre and this culture. The second, did you know, it was, she actually wasn't the first person to release it as a single. That I did not know. Apparently, a Dutch singer by the name of Michaela had already put on a cover version of the song in 1986, peaking at number 25 in the Netherlands. What I couldn't figure out is, was she using, I'm assuming, Madonna's written words, or did her own words as well from the instrumental? That I don't know. but there's many famous covers, and one I just saw recently, Ricky Martin did a cover of it, a faster version, beautiful, from the TV show Glee. And apparently, Britney Spears sampled it in her song Love to Love You. So, following its release, La Isla Bonita received a lot of positive reception from critics. It actually became Madonna's fourth number one single in the United Kingdom, giving her the record for most number one singles for a female artist there. It peaked about number four in the US and making it her 11th consecutive top five hit, a feat surpassed only by the Beatles and Elvis Presley. So, pretty amazing, especially being a young singer, female as well. And in the UK, again, it was Madonna's fourth number one single and sold over 450,000 copies. It was, with no surprise, also number one in Austria, Canada, France, Germany, Iceland, Poland, and Switzerland. So let's talk about also the video. If you haven't seen it most recently, it's of course in YouTube and many places on the internet. Shows of young Madonna. The Latin style and the Andalusian flamenco red she wore became a trend later on. It's one of the I guess folks that she embodies, or one of the um, characters she embodies. The video was set in Los Angeles and was directed by Mary Lambert, who also directed other Madonna videos. I didn't know that, including Borderline, Like a Virgin, and Like a Prayer. And what I didn't realize, I knew there was a guy on the hood of a car. He looked familiar, but it was a young actor by the name of Benicio del Toro, which is in the video as a background character, playing a teenager sitting on a car hood. And I also noticed when Madonna is singing and dancing with the flamenco guitar player, she kind of gives kind of a look over her shoulder to this young character, which now we know is played by Benicio del Toro. And in the video, she plays two different characters. She plays a short haired Catholic woman, very pristine, stays in her room doing her, Hail Marys. And then in the other end, she is dressed, like I said, in that flamenco red dress with fire and candles around her, all in red. It's almost like the good versus bad in the video as a flamboyant flamenco dancer. And so she shows two sides to her, I guess. The song is one of the most performed live songs by Madonna. Apparently, it appeared in 6 of her world tours, the most recent being her Madame X tour, which I haven't gone to, but I bet you my Gabe and Maynard went to. Madonna has regularly performed the song in its Spanish form, as well as sometimes with tribal or folk songs and remixes to accompany it, because it's such a beautiful song. I mean, when I hear it, other than getting hungry for bagels, it brings me back to, when my loved one and I love to go travel to hot place. It just has that beautiful vibe, and just that I can feel the sunshine hitting my skin. And then there's the question is, where is San Pedro and what inspired the song? So the town of San Pedro is actually in the island of, I don't know how I'm going to say this, but I think it's called Abergris Cay. Belize is thought to be the main inspiration behind the song. However, Madonna later told Rolling Stones, quote unquote, I don't know where San Pedro is. At the point, I wasn't a person who went on holidays to beautiful islands. I mean, obviously she's doing that now, but when she started, yes, she was a young, starving artist yet. She did say, quote unquote, I may have been on the way to the studio and seen an exit ramp for San Pedro, which is possible because I don't know if y'all know, but I used to live in San Diego for my first year of fashion design school. And the second year, you have to do it in Los Angeles. And I didn't want to live in Los Angeles proper. And I was looking for apartments back in the early 90s, and there is this beautiful town called San Pedro within Los Angeles, in the city of Los Angeles, and it's next to the water. So they say, she could have seen that off ramp to San Pedro. So it's the port of Los Angeles, a major international seaport, and it's partially located within San Pedro. It's being known for its fishing industry, so again, next to the water. And I was, again, thinking about moving there in the early 90s while going to design school to see if maybe I can live here instead of downtown LA. And then she also describes the song as her tribute to the beauty and mystery of Latin American people. So many interpretations, but again, it's kind of a love song to the influences of the Spanish Latin community. And I love it. And now you know it's not about bagels, which I was hoping it would be, but it's still beautiful. And every time I hear it, I think about bagels. So enjoy it. If you have any fun, misheard lyrics, please send us an email at misheard, MISS, heard, HEARD, songs with an S at gmail.com. We'd love to have you as a guest. Let's talk about it and get some ideas here. Till then, have a beautiful day and don't stop dreaming about or thinking about those bagels. Bye.